Hello, my name is Kerryoth, and today we're going to have a look at the reveals from the New Year Open Day 2020, because that is the current year. Oh dear God. People born in the year 2000 are now 20 years old. I realise that does not sound like a great leap of imagination, but it makes me feel so old. So old. So very old. Anyway, let's have a look at what has been shown off so far today. I believe there is another reveal at some point during the day, I think this afternoon, but there's been a fair amount of stuff already, so let's take a gander, let's take a glance. So there's a bunch of people queuing, that's fine, that's not part of the product launch or anything like that, that's just, what happens. So for Age of Sigmar, there is a Ultimate Evil versus Evil Mega Chaos Death fight in Wrath of the Everchosen. Wrath? Either way. To be honest, I really like this for no reason other than that looks like a battle I would like to watch, to be honest with you. The Ossiarch Bone Reaper stuff I still really, really like, and the new Chaos stuff, some of it is amazingly impractical. Like, I'm not a shield expert, but I feel like having a shield that's got like a weird curve at the top is sort of asking for things to be kind of deflected somewhat into your own head. Whether that's a thing that actually happens, I don't know, but that's the impression I get. Having said that, though, they all look really, really nice. It's a really nice update for the Chaos Warriors they got, so a bunch of new fancy death stuff versus a bunch of fancy new chaos stuff sounds pretty good to me. Oh, I do like those Ossiarch Bone Reapers, they're so good. So good. So yeah, there's going to be a new book, and it is all about the Ossiarch Bone Reapers invading the 8 points in the Battle for the Varanspire, which, if you are an Age of Sigmar player, I imagine would be pretty damn interesting. And so, new rules for wandering monsters, roaming endless spells, and even siege warfare. That sounds kind of interesting to me. So, yeah, and Chaos players obviously will get some fun stuff there. Bunch of new army options and things, as you would expect, because it's based around them. So, what else do we have? There's some stuff for Warcry, although this is stuff we've seen before, so like the Foamroid Crusher, the Mindstealer Sphinx, I really can't stand that word, I can't pronounce it, and the Ogroid Myrmidon. All three nice units. I will say that I still like that Sphinx. It looks really, really good. And the Myrmidon is pretty damn nice. That Foamroid thing, I do like it. It's just got a weird face. But, yeah, you're going to get to see those in the plastic if you're there. But apart from that, it doesn't seem to be anything new for Warcry particularly. But they will be out soon. So, we've seen those models already, and they've been kind of floating about for quite some time. So at least we know they're on their way. So there's a new warband for Beastgrave as well, with some. I really want that Sabertooth model, not for anything 40k or Age of Sigmar related. I want that for D&D. That's a cool model. It's funky, and I do like the ogres as well. Got quite the expression, quite the focused expression, that guy. And there's some fun goblin stuff going on as well. I particularly like the guy riding another guy. Excellent. Oh man, they've just got so much personality. They've got a load of personality. They really stand out no matter what they're doing. They always look good, those guys. Okay, now the 40k stuff. So we've got a bunch of Sisters of Battle stuff here. So we'll give the video a quick watch and then have a look at the actual proper unit pictures. Yeah, they still look pretty nice for the most part. Go away, get out. So here we have the full lot. So there's the Zephyrim, the Retributors, and the Battle Sanctum, which it appears is not a giant floating cathedral, which I'm a little bit sad about. I would have liked a giant floating cathedral, but what can you do? You can't have everything you want in life, can you? So some Retributors there. I like the again. I really like that half helm. The one with the heavy flamers got. It looks really cool with like the gas mask element underneath. It looks awesome. And yeah, the only thing I'm not sure about is there's one particular. Where is she? Yeah, that one. The top, the top sort of middle, top right, next to the cherub with the multi-melter. For some reason, that haircut just does not do it for me. Luckily, as they've said a few times, all the sisters are going to come with like helmet options, so it looks like we probably won't have to have any bare-headed sisters at all if we don't want them, which is a definite plus for me. But I will say I like the kind of rangefinder thing that they've got on the heavy bolter one. I like that half helmet that you have on the heavy flamer. Apart from the haircut on the top one, nice looking unit. Definitely a nice looking unit. I've always liked Retributors just because that particular pose, like that pose, the one where you like that holding the heavy weapon in both hands. I've never been a big fan of the underslung thing that you have with like Centurions or even like aggressors. Although aggressors is more just like strapped to the fist. I always much preferred the holding the heavy weapon in both hands because it looks like much more of an action pose. It just looks more badass than just having the weapons dangling from under your fists. And I mean, look at them. They look like they're about to absolutely melt the living Jesus out of you. So I just can't really complain about them. I do like the idea of the squad leader designating targets via a paper book, but you know, it's Sisters of Battle. You've got to have a bit of like zealotry going on, even if it is a bit weird that the person in charge is reading a novel at the same time as directing fire. You kind of got to suspend the disbelief, haven't you, with a lot of these? Oh boy, cheap, bloody, creepy cherubim again, though. Ugh. I just don't like them. Well, I do, because they're creepy, but I also don't, because they're really creepy. So yeah, some more up-close shots. Yeah, I really like that helmet. With like the kind of extended lens over one eye. Looks cool. Okay, we also have the Zephyrim, which look to be... I mean, that to me looks like a elite close combat unit, right? They've got all 3 power swords, by the look of things. Power swords, bolt pistols, and a wonderfully impractical, like, battle standard, by the look of things. How you operate a jump pack whilst holding that is somewhat beyond me, but you know, she's doing it. She's clearly doing it. She's flying and holding it at the same time. It's pretty impressive, if you ask me. Pretty impressive. So, yeah, that's... I mean, by the look of it, I'm assuming the middle one is the actual squad leader. Then you've got, like, just another person and a standard bearer of some kind. But yeah, I like those. They look good. They look good, and I like the fact that there's actually fully like flying close combat units there. I do like Seraphim, but I have always thought to myself, it'd be fun if you could just throw a few close combat weapons on there and see what happens. And there you go. That standard really is completely... It's like twice the height of her. How is she flying carrying that? Does the cloth not... Remember what I said earlier about suspension of disbelief? I love it, but it is wonderfully impractical and silly. Okay, some more arco-flagellants. Flagellants. I always get that wrong. Every single time. It looks like a decent number of... I was going to say unique poses. Actually, no, it's not unique poses, but the weapons have got different... different... What's the word? Like trajectories to them. So you can see that the 2 at the top, they're both the same base model. They've got different heads and they've got different weapons. Now the weapons on the one on the left are kind of flying outwards, whereas the other one's kind of flying out, but one of them is like curving back towards them. I reckon if you organise the squad just right on the tabletop, you could get away with them looking more different than they actually are, I think. How you place the weapons on them is going to make a big difference as to how unique each model feels. Because it looks like you get the same pose. Yeah, you get the same pose twice. So we've got 2 at the top there. We've got 2 there. We've got 2 there. 2 there and 2 there. Yeah, so you get 2 of each pose. Which is okay. I'd prefer to see a little more variation, but you are getting a bit of variation from the close combat weapons themselves. Different heads will make a bit of a difference as well. And to be honest, you can probably, if you really wanted to, with a bit of careful cutting and a bit of green stuff work, you could probably swap the occasional leg and arm around if you wanted to. Like switch out from kind of the shoulder across. You could probably mess them a bit that way too. It is a pretty scary looking squad, in fairness. You know, like repeated poses aside, it looks mental. You do not want that running at you, so mission achieved in that particular case. It's so horrible. It really is. Ugh. It's awesome, but Christ. Okay, there's also the Mortifiers as well, so different variation of the Penitent engine, which is awesome. I still do like the Penitent engine a lot. I think it's a nice redesign of the old one. Obviously rife with imagery. It just looks so. Look at that thing. Look at it. What the hell? It's cool. It's just cool. There's another variant of that as well, where the casket is actually closed, which I'll stitch in right now so you can see it, and it looks terrifying. Like actually properly scary. That doesn't look great, don't get me wrong. That looks pretty horrific, but for some reason the full sarcophagus, the sealed casket, looks even worse. Yeah. Quite nice, that. I like that a lot. I do like that a lot. Again, it's got that kind of creepy, you really don't want to be that person vibe to it, which is nice. And then we have the statue of the living saint there as well. Which I would actually like to see those wings on the actual model of Celestine, to be honest. That would be quite nice. I would quite like that. That seems like a fun switch around. In fact, those wings are quite nice. You could use those for quite a lot of stuff, I think. Oh, you could stick that on a load of things. Want to make a really badass Chaplain Dreadnought? Get those wings and stick it on the back. Obviously, it's not going to be able to fly, but it'll look the part. Yeah, that's quite a nice statue. I will say I think that's painted quite nicely as well. Yeah, they've done a good job painting that. Some nice nods to just religious imagery as a whole with that. Funky. Right. Oh, yeah. Back with the damn cherubim. A spare melter reload for the Retributor, being carried by a creepy little fat baby with wings with a skull head. Because, yeah, of course. Christ. Okay, not only that, but Commander Shadowsun's getting a new model. Sure. I'll be honest, that has come pretty much out of nowhere. I've heard absolutely nothing suggesting that this was going to be a thing. It seems like just bizarre way to suddenly just go, and go! New Shadowsun, let's go! It's cool, and, it's a pretty big reveal, but, yeah, I just did not expect this at all. I mean, I do like it. I've always liked Shadowsun. Shadowsun is always, I don't know, I think it's because of the suit that she has is it the Ghost Kill? I can't remember what specific variant it is. Hang on, it'll probably tell us, won't it? High-tech drones, missile pod, fusion blasters. It just says newly upgunned battle suit. Okay, alright, so I may be completely incorrect as to what she actually has in terms of what type of battle suit it is. It does look like the Ghost Kill, but is the Ghost Kill bigger than that? Whatever. Important thing is, that looks pretty decent to me. I've always liked that character. I've always thought they look pretty cool, and a more gun-heavy variant, provided it's still got the skill set of the original. I don't think there's much to complain about there, is there? Good head as well, good non-helmeted option. I actually don't mind the barehead version of this. I'm not sure about the one where it's like a tactical visor thing, where it's missing the bottom of the helmet and the hair sticking out. I'm not entirely sure about that, whether I like that or not, but I actually really like the barehead version. That looks kind of cool. Well, you'd have to have a good eye to aim without any sort of assist, wouldn't you? But yeah, that's nice. Surprising, but nice. I just did not expect to see just a random new Shadowsun model. When's the last time Tau got a new model, actually? Ooh, there's a question. That's one that you Tau players can answer better than I can. I think it's been a while, hasn't it? But yeah, nice. Nice. And she's standing on a broken Aquila. Excellent. So yeah, she can now lead any seps, not just those of her home world, so she can take command of any Tau Empire collection. That by itself is, I think, a pretty nice change. So she drops in alongside the release of Book 5 Psychic Awakening titled The Greater Good. But we'll have to wait a little bit longer before we find out who the Tau will be up against. Okay, so she's the tease for the book after the newest book, which isn't out yet. Okay, I suspect this was a let's tease that because it's the New Year's open day. Let's do that. Which is fine. Yeah, beefy drones as well. Real beefy drones. Look at absolute units. Look at the size of them. Christ. So yeah, that is what we have currently for the New Year's open day. Let's go back to that. Yeah, let's go back to that. There will apparently be another reveal later on the day, which we'll hopefully be able to cover as well. Hoping for something massive, something mega, something amazing. But we'll see. We just don't know. No way of knowing until they do it. I do like the Sisters of Battle stuff. The way they've handled that re-release, I'm pretty happy with overall. A little bit disappointed that Battle Sanctum isn't, as I say, a giant floating cathedral, but what can you do? Instead, we've got this nightmare creation instead. So, you win some, you lose some. I count that as winning some. Even the way the bands fit round the legs and the wrists is just horrible. God damn. Okay, so yeah, there we go. That is what has been revealed so far. I will see you again later for whatever else is revealed, providing it's something like that isn't going to take more than... it needs to take more than 30 seconds to talk about, or I'll just throw something up on the community part of the page. We'll see. But yeah, hopefully we'll see you later. Let me know what you think of all of that stuff in the comments down below. Please, for the love of God, tell me what Shadowsun actually wears, because I, as you can tell, can't really remember. Yeah, let me know what you think of all that in the comments down below. I hope you're having a very nice weekend. And feel free to click all the things, Patreon, video, subscribe, all that stuff. Click it if you like, don't if you don't want to. And there's the affiliate link in the description for Element Games, where if you click it and buy something, I get something for sending you that way. It's a nice way to support the channel because you're going to buy plastic crack anyway, and it's way cheaper from Element than Games Workshop themselves. So you can do that if you would like. I'll leave it in your capable hands. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.